Are you wanted?
You happy now?
No, not really. I kind of was hoping I could kill you. What about you? Are you a horrible criminal?
No, she's dead.
Finally! Yeah! Die! Thank you. Okay. Now we can leave.
Leaving pressurized environment.
Are you a wanted criminal? Huh?
That kills better than you.
Two of them. I knew we'd have some criminals by the end.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
Hi.
Ah,
Hi.
the delicious-
Package. Here, package for you. Yeah. Take the package quick. I'm horribly wanted here. So, yeah, we gotta get going. Oops. I forgot to put the shield up before doing that. I'm sorry. I meant to put the shield up. I was going for a, hey, here's your package, now die. Or is this like where you gotta do the hydrate your streamer too, because there's like your streamer is your Tamagotchi. Please, chat, let me drink water. I'm so parched. Thank you, Radio Silence. I was only joking around, but it's like the dystopian version. Everyone's a streamer and they have to rely on chat letting them eat. Chat, it's been 4 days. Can I have a ham sandwich, please? Minor misunderstandings. Don't we love the minor misunderstandings? I get those all the time. People just need to stop and think about things. What you're trying to communicate, you know? Right. There's an ass scout here. Move, ass scout. Come on. What do you think you're doing? Get away from here. Sir. 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 No. Where do you think you're going, sir? No. We're sending you over here now, sir. Just gonna keep moving you this way, sir. Nope, sir. Okay, fine. You're free to go, sir. How far did I take him? Oh, I actually took him pretty far. He's leaving. He's like, fine. Fine, I see how it is. Screw this station. Oh. You put the lime in the codex and you put the lime in the codex and you mark the gal map. Put the lime in the codex and you mark the gal map. Yeah, that works. That works. I like it. Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Welcome on in. We got Elite Dangerous today. We're going to be doing some colonization. Building some stuff out here in Alchanub. Tried to clear my throat there. Yeah, welcome on in, Kira, and anyone else who's currently in already. We're just doing some of our colonization, chilled back, just hauling cargo. Hopefully find enough things I can talk about. Horrible at that. Docked here, get into our cargo ship, though, nonetheless. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. We're gonna be doing like a colonization day, so mostly laid back cargo hauling, but there's combat and all whole sorts of stuff in this game. Definitely a lot of my streams are this. I know you came in on one of the Cyberpunk streams, so yeah, this might be new to you, but yeah, a lot of my main streams are the other ones outside of the RPG days and whatnot. How's it going, Desi? Alright, let's see. Let me actually ignore my bot so I can no, it's have to keep we want to be building some stuff. I have a bot already tracking what I need here out of all this stuff. My spare keyboard in my lap here. Out there, hopefully. Alright, so we need some aluminium and titanium to start with, so we'll definitely need that from Wings of Pegasus. Our Coriolis is there. No, not rename. What am I doing? Set the target. Not rename. Because originally we were going to plan to replace the Coriolis that brings the Pegasus with the Dodak. But we're also planning on making a station around Alpha Bravo. I keep hitting the wrong one there. Keep meaning to go system map. We're going to build one around here, Alpha Bravo 5 Charlie as well. Coriolis there to get the high-tech plus refinery. I think we'll just make that be the Dodak. We got to build this, and then we got there's some other things we'll need to put there. Get that going.
All clear.
And prepped for the stuff to have it high-tech, be high-tech economy. We need to put like the research facilities and stuff. Colonization is kind of like trading, but with the little vibe of like building sim, management sim, kind of sort of on there. You get different stats for different things and whatnot. So right now this is just the flying interface. We got like the radar down there at the bottom. You got our lovely bobbleheads on the dashboard. We got like a 3D radar to the upper left of the radar. My health is on the hologram of my ship there on the right, and then my target's hologram is on the left version. And there's like pips over here. So are my systems, engine power, weapon power. Are those landing gear? Okay, this is that blue dot there. And landing gear status. And here I'm going to request docking here.
Permission granted. Please head directly.
And I think it's the right side of the station. There we go. Okay. There's a trick to knowing which of these are. It's like curl your hand around it the way it's rotating. It'll be where your thumb is. This is the slot to get into the station. Just gotta go in there, we gotta land. Yeah, not bump into this guy who so rudely cut us off. Well, at least we gotta make sure not to bump into him over 100 meters per second. Any slower than that, you know, it's perfectly legal. And then on the interface, on my stream interface, you can see what I'm doing with the joysticks with that little thing above my head. I got 2 joysticks and triple throttle axis here, so I got like 3 actual levers that I'm playing with right now. On a thing attached to the side. Got like radar throttle. This doesn't do anything until I'm in exploration mode. So that one's kind of just there to play with right now. And then, oh yeah, it's a very involved, yeah, it's like a simulator game. And then for like spaceship thrust, what I'm doing generally with this, if I'm flying the ship, is like, this is like strafing, like left, right, up, down. And then when I rotate this, that's actually my throttle. I do that as well, I just have a rotation on it. Kind of like a motorcycle throttle. And then that's, pitching forward, up, pitching, the nose down, the nose up, then rolling, and then yawing. So yeah, it's definitely very involved. As a lot of the community says, you're just getting started once you have 1,000 hours in the game. Be like, yeah, you have 1,000 hours in the game, fresh out of training. It's definitely very fair amount of design freedom. So let's go in here. I have a command actually special for this one here, for example. So this is actually like our build link thing. It automatically updates. That's like a site that shows, like synchronizes the build too, because people often like, well, what build you running? So that's what that site goes to. Once this pops back, you'll see the interface for that for in game. And this is a cargo hauler, so I'm going for just straight up amount of cargo to haul, basically, this one. But we got some defenses there. You got all these slots, and you can put in a whole bunch of different stuff. Like you got lasers, you got cannons, you got multi-cannons, plasma guns, whole bunch of stuff. Space shotguns. You got various utility mounts. So you have stuff like there, like point defense, the electronic countermeasures, shaft launcher to throw off gimbaled weapons, because the hard points, they can have fixed, they can have gimbaled, where they're like, and then you have turret. A turret, like gimbaled is like a turret, but it only has like a little cone in front. So it has a little bit of self-aiming, but not a full 360 degrees. And then fixed are just they shoot straight no matter what, basically. So yeah, you have various things there: shield boosters, killborn scanners, awake scanners. Some other, there's a whole bunch of crap. Then core and turtles, these ones are always fixed in position. There's always the slot for your armor. There's always the slot for your power plant, your thrusters, your frame shift drive, your life support, your power distributor, your sensors, and your fuel tank. You always have to have those. But you can change what grade you have them at. So example, we have for these. Not going to show them here because this station doesn't sell this type of ship. But there's lightweight alloy, military grade, reactive surface composite. There's a thermal, and then there's two other types that absolutely nobody ever runs for any reason whatsoever. Basically, the lightweight, the military, and the reactive are the only ones people ever use, pretty much. So military is just really is the heavy armor. Reactive is more kinetic resistant, I think, but really weak to explosive. But then you can balance it out if you do some really weird magic with the other stuff. But for simple building, a lot of people just use military grade because it's pretty straightforward to engineer it. They're so unused, I forgot the name of them. To put it. And it won't show me because you can only buy your structural components at a station that actually sells the type of ship you're in. This one doesn't sell Panther Clippers. Okay. Right. Okay. So they got the lightweight alloy. That's what the ships normally come with. That's like the stock. Explorers will use that because it makes the ship lighter and you can jump further. But it's weaker. It's a good deal weaker. Then there's reinforced alloy. Reinforced alloy is like the middle between military grade, composite, and lightweight. There's really no reason to just not use military grade. The reinforced is almost as heavy, but weaker. So it's like all the drawbacks, none of the benefits, basically. So no one ever runs reinforced alloy. There's mirrored surface composite. The only time people ever do that is the funny hole build. There's a way to make the ship basically immune to laser fire for shits and giggles. But it becomes extremely weak to other types, so it's only done for memes, the mirrored surface composite. And then, yeah, the reactive surface composite is... It's super strong, it's kinetic, like regular bullets, basically, is what the kinetic use usually, like your machine guns, your cannons, your space shotguns. And but it's really weak to explosives. But you can balance that out when because in optionals you can come in here. The things you can put in here can include hull reinforcements. So if you're doing like a combat ship, you can do these, and you can engineer them different ways to balance that out. For this one, I pretty much just got cargo racks out the yazoo. So I just want doing simple runs. But yeah. And then with these other ones, you get your different grades. So like, you got E through A, right? E is what comes on it by this stock. It's kind of the economy version, the cheap one. It gets the job done, but it's just kind of, you know, it's cheap. You know, it just gets the job done. D's a little better, but it's also the lightest of them all. So if you're looking to trim a little weight, you can do a D. Then they have C and B. B is the heaviest, but has the most integrity. So it's hardest to snipe those modules out. C is like a balance between them, and the A is like it does the best job at what it's supposed to do, but it can be heavier and power hungry. Right, so A is the best, but sometimes it might not be the best for that particular build. Like I don't need the power of an A on this thing, so I go with the D because it's lighter than an E and it has a little more power. And then, but I want like good thrusters. Those will make me fastest. So that's kind of what's going on there. A for pretty much like. I don't think there's ever really a reason not to run an A frame shift drive, honestly. And often people do D for life support because D gives you enough. He gives you 7 minutes if it's shot out and it's lighter. So that kind of thing. That's what that's all about. All right, so what we needed, you go on the commodities market here. I need 655 aluminum. Mark this off on my bot in the Discord too, which you can probably see me using in the private botting channel if you're in there. Liver, Ninium. Oh, 655. And we're taking this time. And then we'll fill the rest up with the titanium. We have enough that we fully fill that, so 649.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And then we just got to go deliver that. And so we're going to be delivering that over to Hunter Hub, what we're trying to build, which I think is our satellite. I think is what I had that as. Let me get the link for our system plan. And as you're probably already starting to notice, Elite is very, very involved with third-party applications to like you can do it without the third-party applications, but it'll be a rough time kind of thing. There's so many good third-party apps that like help in just so many aspects of the game, like immensely, that the game doesn't really have good systems for in itself, that players have come up with solutions. So we got this Raven Colonial here. It's kind of like a architecting planning system there. And so that's kind of the plan we got going for this particular system that we're working on down here, which is Algenib, which is an actual real star. And I actually took the other day when I was out photographing the Aurora the other day, I actually took a photo of it too. It's the actual wing of the Pegasus constellation. So it's one that you can actually see the star that I own in game if you're in the Northern Hemisphere with your naked eye. Because it's a big boy star. It's a Gamma Pegasi, also known as Algenib, and it is the star that represents the wing of the Pegasus.
You have cleared.
And since it is a shared universe on Everydone, I am the only person that owns this star. I am the person that got this star. But, you know, there's people that have a whole bunch of stars. Other famous ones, too, people have also nabbed. I also own the Stinger, or was it the Stinger? Yeah, the Stinger of the Scorpion. Well, our squadron does. Another person in our squadron has the Stinger of the Scorpion, which is Lesseth. So we have a whole bunch of little systems around. There's real stars all over. Real stars, and there's also the procedurally generated ones they use to kind of fill in the data. Because that's kind of one of the things with astronomy. We know. Okay, this area of space has roughly this many stars and whatnot, but we don't actually. At this time, humanity doesn't actually have every single star cataloged, even in areas that are heavily explored. So we know like down here near Barnard's Loop. Oh, there's X number of stars predicted, but we only have like. It's like we know basically the galaxy was built from that data where it's like, okay, we know that there's approximately this many star systems, but we don't have specific cataloging for every single one. The ones that are specifically cataloged do exist in the game. But then you also have like PMD 2009-48, stuff like that. But then the ones where it's like, okay, we know there's stuff here, but we don't have the exact data for it when the game was built. Predict it, basically. And the developer who headed the department of that, Dr. K, is an actual doctorate in astrophysics. She's no longer with Frontier, but when they made this game, she was the one that headed the department of how to make this system that would effectively simulate the entire Milky Way galaxy and get it as accurate as possible. And one of the things that was basically was like the you did it right confirmation was this system here, TRAPPIST-1, which when the game was made was not yet discovered. This was a procedurally generated predicted system. A few years after the game was made, astronomers cataloged a star system that was in this rough position with 5 real rocky body exoplanets. And this one predicted 7. But one of these even like very closely matched. Like it was almost this system that the game predicted almost perfectly matched the real system that was discovered. And so they renamed the system in the game to it because it matched so closely. But it's like yeah, you did it correct. You basically predicted a system. Like a system that actually was discovered was predicted by this game. So it's pretty cool. It's a very, very immense galaxy. And I always like that meshing with the real astronomy, and that's why I run the Celebration of Early Astronomy expedition in the game. It's a series of expeditions, group expeditions. A whole bunch of players will go out, will go to stuff, and I focus on like real stars that are in the game, like Algedib, like this, black holes, other stuff that are out there in the actual galaxy. So we had like 7 of those at this point. We would normally do it in January, but they got a big, another big one coming called Distant Worlds 3. So we don't want to compete with them. That's like the big, that's like the super big dog of the expedition running world. Alright. We gotta dock this thing once we get in there. Let me drop that stuff off. Got to rotate ourselves into a line with the landing pad there.
Hull integrity compromised. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
transfer that there. Perfect. 936 titanium at least to pick up. As colonization's a lot of this hauling like this, but you know it's rewarding when you get your stuff built. It's a little boring during the process of it, though. Alright, we get Super Cruise overcharge. Trying to see if we can get there quicker. Hopefully that was timed correctly, I think. Hopefully. Maybe we might have to turn around a little bit, though. Oh, that's where you remember Trappist. You heard about those news stories. I know that, yeah, there's some like gaming journals that definitely covered it at the time too. Because FDev was just like, oh yeah, we got to get press on this, you know, the bragging rights of that, you know. I tried to get that as my colony. Someone like when colonization first dropped, everyone and their brother were trying to get that system. Someone else got there first. I was like, dang it. That would have been perfect. But, you know, I got a really cool start here. We got a black... Oh, the black hole here is trippy. We might take a...
The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is...
That black hole's trippy. Our station on that. I would get on the Corsair, take you over there again real quick, actually. I haven't showed that on stream for a little while. I built this station around this black hole here, and it's trippy. I'm on the wrong side of this thing, I think. Yeah. Mechanics hit with that is there's like an exclusion zone, so your ship won't let you get close enough to the event horizon, basically. So they're not really particularly dangerous. Your ship's safety systems basically kick in and won't let you get too close. But they look cool. They kind of have a lens effect. Predates the more modern knowledge of how like they really would look, but more of a simplified one. But they still look cool. But the kind of the fun part I have here at Alchidib is the station I put around it. Because the actual orbital radius is so small, the thing's orbiting the black hole like once a minute. Like it's trippy. So you go in there, the whole skybox is rotating because this thing is rotating around this black hole like once a minute.
We are glad to have you with us at this station, Commander.
Alright, we needed titanium. How much was it that we needed again? Something. 936. I wish they'd just let us type the number in. They've updated a lot of these to be able to type the number, but not this darn thing yet. requirements by colony. Ceramic composites, we have to go to a ground for those. Food cartridges, I don't think we have here. Yeah, so the next one's where we're going to need to switch to another station. Is like our goal with Algin, what we're going to work on building with that other one we're going to place is so that we can have this be like the central hub for everything that colonists around us need. Because this whole area we're in is, yeah, we have a whole bunch of other colonists, not even of our squadron, all taken off from our chains. We have our squad did all these like green ones, but a lot of these other pink ones are ones that people chained off of us, and so we're being dragged around as a faction all over, which is kind of cool. But yeah, having Algin be like a good central place for any of these folks to be like, oh, we can just go there and get everything in one system would be great. So that's what we're kind of working on. And it's, you know, because you see a lot of these too, you know, like try to remember, oh yeah, I remember, oh, what system had the, oh yeah, that's right, Sinuify SIBB 46-2. But where had the instantly mesh? Was that Sinuify LDH or was that Sinuify ULO? Like, you kind of see the problem there. Whereas we got this nicely named system here, get that all there, everyone be like, oh yeah, that's right, Alginib, that has everything near us. And it's easy to remember, rather than trying to be like, well, was that YEZ, or was that the WJZ? Was that B46-1 or B46-2? I think everything, ceramic, we have food cartridges, computer components. I think we had computer components here, possibly. Maybe not. Microcontrollers. Water purifiers, neither of those either. Right, okay. Yeah, so that's everything we can do with this particular ship. That's a good opportunity. We'll go deliver these things, and then we'll switch to the Type 8, because we need to get just a little bit remaining.
Uncoupling sequence complete. You may leave when ready.
I drifted a little high there. There we go. Honestly, since this is at the interest store, there's actually a funny little trick to get over there quicker. Instead of going just 4,000 light seconds, we'll just go. Oh, we just go 7 light years and back. So 14 light years over 4,000 light seconds. How's that?
Facility boundary exceeded. Imperial.
They say that the quickest way is a straight line, not in this universe. We're just gonna like go a million times further. Or more. Let's see, actually, I wonder what the math is. Hold on. I'll do the math. How many seconds are in a year?
Frameshift drive charging.
Seconds to time. Minutes. Days. All right, so there we go. So it's 31,536,000 seconds in a year. So that applies the conversion with light year and light seconds. That's just how long it takes for a light to go in 1 year versus 1 second, you know. So the conversion rate is the same effectively. And So we went 7.07 light years and back. So 14.14 light years. Divided by, and the distance difference was 4,400. So to get there faster, we went 63,559 times as far as the direct line path. That's what's kind of funny about that method. It's just because when you go to another system and then back, it puts you at the main star, because this thing we're building is around the main star. Basically, we get dumped right next to it, rather than having to super cruise 4,000 light seconds. It's just, you know, funny in the aspect that I'm jumping 7 light years and then 7 light years back, which is effectively, you know, 63,500 times further in physical distance. We basically, you know, it's like we drove from like Omaha, Nebraska to Lincoln, Nebraska by going through Dallas, Texas first. Actually, more apt would probably be like going from Omaha, Nebraska to, you know, Lincoln, Nebraska, which is only 45 miles. Going from Omaha to Lincoln by going through, you know, Buenos Aires, Argentina first. just ridiculous detour, basically, is why that's so funny. Kind of reminds you of like what happens during American Truck Simulator during the Halloween and the Christmas event each year. They have the like the portals to the North Pole outside of all these cities. So it's like, yeah, I can go from like, you know, Des Moines, Iowa to Los Angeles, California. I just got to go through the North Pole first. Bonked the landing gear a little hard there. Kind of the downside of the shieldless builds like this. I can carry more cargo, but any little bump is damaging. We just have like, see, we have ever so tiny little bit left to do there. So switch into our Type A. Now let's show off the outpost around the black hole, because it is so funny. One of the other Elite Dangerous creators too spent like 5 hours on stream just playing around with this station of mine because it's so funny. That overcharged. We're not overcharging, like putting the throttle to 70% at 7 seconds is like the sweet spot. Kind of one of the weird unwritten tricks people know. Definitely. Well, if you do end up getting into it, we can definitely help out with learning the ropes and whatnot. I've definitely got some people into it before. I had someone I helped someone get into it who's their only ever other video game they ever played was Guild Wars 2, and then I got them into this. So managed to teach them the ropes. Oh yeah, it's the base games usually is on sale pretty often. Then there's the Odyssey expansion, which is also, you know, decent to get when you have time. It's not necessarily mandatory, but it adds a lot. That goes on sale pretty often too, though, to be fair.
Directly to your allocated path.
We do have we have our squadron as well. Our squadron, CEA Psychiatric Institutions Limited. That's us, the space hospital. Oh yeah, is Deluxe the one that includes Odyssey? If that's only 10, dang, that's a deal. Hold on, who's this Finn guy? Is this guy coming after us? He popped in like he's a pirate. Oh, he's a mom, but get back here, sir. You can't run. You're supposed to be trying to pirate me, right? You came in here to attack me, didn't you, sir? You can't be running. Carrier, I'm trying to kill him. Okay. My carrier apparently is shooting my own missiles down. I forgot they do that. They'll defend me, but they won't allow me to defend myself. Well, back to docking then.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, up. This behemoth is drifting. Flies like a steakhouse, I swear. Need her to fly more like a coffee house. You can have Bistro Math propulsion engines, that'd be great. Alright, let's get in our Type A, because we can only land at the station we're going to in a medium ship, so that's why one reason we're changing. Not Junker. Cash Blood. Also, yeah, quite probably also invest in various businesses and said people busy as well. Yeah, it is a future too. We're like, you know, corporate governance, kind of like, yeah, kind of that, like in Cyberpunk, the corporations ruling everything. Kind of going with that way. We also happen to just also, you know, be the government of the entire star system and the local hospital network. But I haven't read our particular one. They're like if you had like Ritz-Carlton making hospitals. They're supposed to be like super luxurious.
Ship has released. Please watch for traffic during departure.
Our faction is part of the Empire, which is like based on old Rome government types and all into luxury and stuff. And then we're like supposed to be luxurious even by their standards. Ah, where's Mobius? And see, this one's super far away as well. That's kind of, it's out there. Yeah, it's not really useful. It's more just I was like, I want to build something around a black hole. like the only reason I built this thing, and it paid off so well, as you'll see.
Heat sink deployed. Warning, temperature critical.
There we go. You saw a little bit of the warping there as we passed. I got off the overcharge a tad moment late.
Heat sink deployed.
Missed our exit by, you know, just a few thousand light seconds. You know, you only missed our exit by the distance from the sun to Pluto. No big deal. Something close. Let's see. It was like, I didn't actually find out. I was like 1500 light seconds. I think that's like Pluto's distance. Because our own solar system's in the game as well. Here we are. It's Sol. So 1,500 light seconds is... I guess it's not as... It's like Jupiter's distance then. Yeah, it's like Jupiter's distance. I missed my exit by the distance of Jupiter, basically. Sol's what? Oh, so Sol's the headquarters of the Federation in the lore. And the Federation is quite literally the United States has made it to 3311. World War III in this game's timeline happened in 2045. And the United States was the only nation on Earth that survived the nuclear bombardment because they had like super hardcore missile defense system, basically. And after that, they became the world government, and then eventually the solar system government, and eventually interstellar government. And yeah, they're the Federation is basically like it's quite literally the United States evolved into the year 3311. You already see kind of like how there's some weird movement there around our target there from warping there. You see dots kind of moving around from the galactic, the gravitational lensing as we approach. And forming copies of themselves as well. The Einstein cross scattering. And we'll pop on in here. There we go. And now our rotation is synced to the rotation of this station, which it's orbiting so fast. You can see the whole skybox now is moving. Which makes this really trippy to land on when you have the flight. And if you turn off what's called rotational correction, now you can see the station's rotating because of how fast it's rotating around this black hole. And usually these outposts don't spin. So that's why this one's so funny, is because it's just doing this because it's rotating so fast. Usually their spin is negligible to be to the point of being basically unnoticeable. You go up to a normal outpost and you turn that off, it still will eventually rotate. You just about have to come back in a few hours to see if it's moved. This one just happens to be quite a fast orbital time. It's like just over a minute when I timed it. You're landing here, you're turning like, it just feels like, yeah, it's so trippy to land on this because you don't get this view where the whole skybox is moving very often at all. Big landing, and it just feels off because normally you're using the sky as a point of reference when you're flying, and that does not work here. And we're gonna do one little fun thing. We're gonna pop down and we're gonna pop back up because the other direction on this landing pad constantly aims at the black hole. Yeah, it was like small, medium, large for the ship sizes. Yeah, as you see there, now we're constantly, this pad just constantly looks at the black hole itself. You can see all the scattering going on there. Or the warping. That's kind of what the black holes look like in this game. More of a warping effect. Our full screen view so you can get a good view on that thing. goes around. As we ride the station, basically whirl right around this whole thing. And there we're back to basically where we were when we almost first went into this view. Yeah, this thing is just booking around the orbit of this thing because it's barely, let's see, what's the actual distance there? So the, oh, stars, yeah, okay. Yeah, so the radius of the orbit is only 1.8, so just shy of 2 megameters. Which would be 2,000 kilometers. So it's really 1,800 kilometers, or 1,800 kilometers from the black hole. So it's a little, nice, really tight little orbit. And going on foot on the concourse too, it's kind of trippy in there. No, yeah, so yeah, not all black holes do have accretion disks. Technically, they don't render those in Elite even if they would, but this isn't one that's close enough to the star that it would have one anyways. But the kind that have accretion disks are what would be called microquasars. They don't have the rendering of the accretion disks just because of technical limitations and whatnot back in 2013 when the game was released. And then the even then the like the interstellar style looking thing wasn't discovered till later either. But yeah, even the accretion disk isn't really rendered, unfortunately. It's one of the common requests. FDev, please update this. But it's yeah, it'd be interesting if they did, but yeah. This one in any case, here, it's so far from its because it's 166,000 light seconds from the other stars. It wouldn't have an accretion disk anyways. But the ones like Sagittarius A, would. Great Annihilator would. Those ones would have accretion disks. But that's kind of unfortunate. Unfortunate. This one kind of looks roughly like it would kind of in real life. The lensing wouldn't be quite the same, but calculating that, you'd be really... would require basically ray tracing, which they didn't really have in 2013. So they could update it now for that, but then you have issues with you'd still have to have the old effect in there for cards that don't support ray tracing, stuff like that. So it gets the job done at least. Maybe if there's ever an Elite Dangerous 2 or whatever, we can get an update. Or maybe they might add them in the future. They did update neutron stars to have their jet cones as well. I forgot. The weirdness of the station causes it so all the NPCs that you can interact with are out of position. Like, this guy is supposed to be here on the floor, but the speed of this station's orbit bugs it a little bit as well. Bartender's probably in the floor up there. Let's see. So yeah, that's the other part of this one. Let's see, where's our bartenders? No. Bartender like poking out slightly. I don't know where the bartender went. He should be like, he might be inside the desk. But yeah, the speed of the station's orbit bugs it out a little bit too. But yeah, some of the other ones are still, they're kind of cool in their own regards. I mean, even if Sagittarius A doesn't have a accretion disk, it is a giant butthole, so. To the point, the community has made this joke because often what's funny is if you take a screenshot of Sagittarius A and you try to post it on Discord, Discord won't let you because it's like AI trying to prevent people from posting NSFW stuff. Literally thinks it's a butthole. And it won't let you post it. Because it's so... in the center there, because it's so far in the center of the galaxy, right? There's such density over here. So you pop over here, and so you see there's a bit more of a stellar density here. Every single one of these is a system you can go to. And every single one of those affects the skybox as well. And so the skybox is very orange, and so when you're in there, it's just this orange going into red hole. Yeah. Community just lovingly calls it the giant butthole at the center of the galaxy. All right, now what we need to do is we need to find and go Nara. And we need ceramic composites. All right, Brinkman here and Algenib will do that. What we'll end up doing, though, is we're just going to jump next door so we get back near the main star.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
I think we need to, if we're psychiatric institutions, we might need to colonize Sinify OCD and just put a station there called Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. Oh, I forgot. It's always really trippy leaving here because of how everything's moving. You got to kind of keep up with it in the skybox. Like, normally you don't have to do that, but things moving a little bit. Oh, the ship-to-ship combat, it can get really complicated, yeah. Whole levels of, like, what's better than what, and there's like a little bit of like a meta, but even then, it's like not a far and away meta by any means. And there's people that will bring weird stuff and definitely still beat meta ships. But yeah, it's got some limitations. It's like Newtonian physics, but modified for gameplay feasibility, basically. So it's not like you can't just infinitely accelerate. The ship decides, like, okay, no, we for safety reasons or some other lore reason, they never really specify. But it's like I can't handle any more speed, and be able to make emergency maneuvers. So the ship's a limit to a top speed and stuff like that. But it's still really good. It's still a really fun flight model nonetheless, and all that good stuff. How's it going, Phoenix and Novarek? Phoenix Blue and Novarek. But I do combat on stream every once in a while too. Just we're not doing that today. I was doing that some of the other day. We were doing some cozy ganking. We were being very cozy and just blowing up other players. It was the vibe. I'm doing good, Novarek. How are you? Ceramic composites we have to go down to the surface for. So we have our surface place here, Brinkman Expedition. And I'll see what the other ones will end up needing or at. See if any of those other ones we have are going to be available there.
engaged.
Alright, down to the surface here. Alright, we going in a little hot. Yeah, I'm going in hot. Okay, hold on. You gotta scrub that speed a little bit. There we go. There we go. There's our. You can actually already see it down there too. We were gonna hit the glide a little fast. You gotta be slower when you hit the glide level. All right, all right. Down right here to Brinkman.
Lincoln, Kilo Bravo Romeo. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is very pleased to receive you, Commander. Ground crew has been informed of your arrival. Approach safely. Permission granted. Set down on landing pad 06.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh wow, we got the ads already. Okay, it's already been an hour. Jeez. I'm so good at getting distracted and being able to deliver one load per hour. I guess we did like 1.5 loads technically before getting distracted. Right, now we need ceramic composites.
Landing complete. You may alight when ready. Greetings, Commander.
How many we needed is 86. 86 of these. Those are bought real quick. And then let's see if they have food cartridges here by any chance. They do have other stuff though. Hold on. We have microcontrollers. Need 13 of those. Alright, let's see what we got. We got Muon imagers. Don't need those. They have food cartridges. Food cartridges. Put those under again. Computer components. And do we have water purifiers? No, I think this is the stuff we still need in this system. Yeah, okay, so we need to find food cartridges, computer components, water purifiers. Food cartridges. Water purifiers and computer components. Hopefully they'll have enough. Let's see. It's a good thing we're in a medium ship too. Oh, that's one of our. Whose is this one? Desi's. Okay. This is Desrasar's system. Over to the hardware store. They should hopefully have enough stock of everything. I only need like double digit of anything. At a Dos Santos platform. Butt. Hey, butt. What's the butt? Duck butt? Chicken butt? We were talking about Sagittarius A earlier, so that butt, I think, is maybe what you're referring to. Oh, that one's just a hole. We got a tight orbit on this gas giant here, don't we, Desi? Why'd you put your outpost so close to the gas giant? Alright, we'll get on landed at this bad boy.
Docking request granted.
Right on down there.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Big Christmas, your Earth-like system has 2.2 billion people in it, cheese. Where did they all come from? That's my question. Some of the numbers in colonization is like, okay, I get it, but like, where'd they all come from? And how did they manage to move that many people in the span of a week? Like, seriously, how did you move 2 freaking billion people into their apartments in a week? Oh, okay, that's better. A lot of small, yes, you know, the colony systems, they're just orphanages. They're just massive orphanages. The colonists will eventually reach age, you know. But for now, that's the reason our hospital networks are doing so well. Why we have so many colonies. It's because, you know, we specialize in daycare, along with other sort of things, you know. All right, and then what we need here. See, it's what the meaning of that final Thargoid message was. That when the last Titan left, you know, the pyramid of humans. It was just the last Titan going, damn, you guys fuck a lot. You know? That's what that was. They'd be like, y'all humans too kinky for me. All right, we need food cartridges. We need 27. Heater components should be 22, or actually water purifiers 13. And then computer components somewhere in here. There we are. We need 22. There we go. Okay. Then we can turn these on in over in Algenib.
Ship release. Engines engaged.
I do have the Raven Colonial app, yeah. I don't really like overlays though. I've had bad luck with overlays not working properly. And I think too the overlays you have to have your game in windowed mode, and I don't. And I don't like it in windowed mode because it doesn't trap the cursor when you're doing like this. Like, so if I'm trying to like scroll around or do this, it doesn't trap the dang cursor. So you go like this, and all of a sudden you're clicking on stuff on your left monitor. So that's why I keep it in full screen mode. And if it's like, I know a couple of the other overlays require it to be windowed mode, and I think that's probably the same with, because it uses SRV surveys, right? I have a bot in our Discord that one of our members wrote, though, that works pretty well. Oh, so yeah, okay. You're saying yes, it does have to be windowed or that uses SRV survey. EDMC, the EDMC might work, yeah. Right, I like interfacing with our Discord bot. That way other people can also know, you know. That's why I put it up on our bot in our Discord too. So it's like, I could have other squad members like, hey, come help with this one. Like, you know, come with the system, the needs are there and the thing. So it works well enough. And I that way when I'm picking them up, I just mark them as delivered because I'm intending to deliver them. Simple with OBS. Yeah, that's the other thing with like overlays too. They just already have enough going on when I'm streaming. And supposedly Meta Elite made it so that overlays able to be turned off, because that was the issue. I had Meta Elite. It wouldn't freaking work for me because I don't want to use overlays. Like, but yeah, I think that might be like, because one of our squad members, Laborata, is learning Python, and so that could be another just feature in the future too, is some way for him to actually be able to integrate it, to be able to add list or whatever straight from like an EDMC plugin or something, but that'd be down the road. Because yeah, the Raven Colonial, the SRV survey thing, it would require like everyone in the squad to be running it. I think does it share the data between other squad members if they're running it, or is it like just only for yourself? That's kind of our thing too. Is like if we wanted someone to be able to, someone might be loading the carrier somewhere too, or something. Yeah, but like, what I mean is like, say, you know, we got someone in Keltum loading up CMM composites on the carrier that they're going to be bringing down to deliver somewhere. Will that mark, say, those that they when they purchase them from the shopping list, right? That's what I'm wondering. Because, like, perhaps I'm down here, you know, in Algenib, I'm buying the steel. We have someone else filling up the carrier in Keltum with CMM composites. So we don't want people to be doing double duty while they're filling up the, you know, crossing each other. Okay. Maybe, yeah, I know. Sometimes, yeah. Depends on people. Or, you know, it's kind of, ours isn't as automated, but it works. But we also have some people that don't run plugins. I have a few squad members that are very adamantly against any third-party programs. That's just how they are. So, it kind of helps in that regards for those folks as well. And that have been everything. Did I not click one?
Ship released. Engines engaged.
I don't know. I can get where she's coming from. You know, I understand her reasonings. I don't want to be like, but she, you know, she just likes, you know, playing the game for how the game itself is, and it works well for her. I missed one freaking microcontroller, apparently. Thought I must have picked up 12 instead of 13. I marked that it at 13.
Three, two, one, engage.
I don't know. To be fair, she just likes to go mining, so she doesn't really need them, honestly. She just likes exploring and mining. I mean, there's a few that we've convinced her, you know, to use. Like, she'll use like third-party websites. She just doesn't like. She's very. She doesn't like running extra software. Took us a while to convince her to even install Elite in the first place, honestly. Like, it just... Just sworn I picked up 13 of those things before, though. Nope, I apparently only picked up 12. I just looked at my my ED Discovery. I was just an idiot and didn't realize it was set to 12 instead of 13. That's my fault. I was like, did I write it down in the table wrong? No, I wrote it in the table right. I just in-game did not click right. All right, we got our final ton of cargo for this station. That's so funny. I might as well pick up some of the stuff for the other one though while I'm at it. Just got to deliver one first. But yeah, and, you know, I can like for me too. It's just like, yeah, I know there's I know there's SRV survey that'll help me find coordinates on a planet, and I know there's the UI thing that like adds extra things in the Discovery scanner mode and gives voiceover statuses on stuff. What is that? I know Rain Man's like a partner with it. And then there's like the one that changes your HUD colors. I know there's all these plugins. I know of the Raven Colonial one, but it's like I am already running ED Discovery, ED Marketing, Elite Observatory, and Elite Observatory Core, and nine whatever plugins for ED Marketing. I got Build Link and Distance Calc and Canon and Spanch, and it's like at this point I'm like you're gonna need to really strongly convince me to more plugins. Shit, like. And beep beep, and it's like, oh my god, there's so many things. Like, I can kind of get a point too, a little bit of like, very low. It's not an overhead issue for. I won't get into it, but it's something where it's like, okay, whatever, we'll just you do you kind of thing. I don't really understand it myself. I mean, I know her reasons. I don't really. They're special reasons, but it's whatever.
Warning. Landing gear not deployed.
Like, she likes the game, and if that's how she likes it, that's how she likes it.
Deploy.
She's also still running Windows 7. Let's just put it that way for reasons. She also refuses to install Windows 10 for spy. Like she considers it spyware, that kind of thing. That's one of those. Yeah, it's just one of those ones. It's like it's fine. It's not my problem. It's like we've given the information. It's whatever, right? I'm understanding of at least the nature to it, even if I'm not. I don't have to agree with it. I can understand it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Well, no, she's not making it my problem. Get the macros with the R. Missing half of this seems interesting. I don't know. Do I need 42 more microcontrollers as well for the other station. Yeah, there's the rewind now. That's true. We need non-lethal weapons. There. Let's see, what's that thing? Computer components was the other thing we got from here. I can't get an Alchinib in here somewhere. I will need HE suits. 78 of those. I see that there. Viable equipment might be in here. Structural regulators. 240. That's 106 in there. Okay. 106. What was that? Structural regulators. Did it put them in there? Where'd they go on the list? Was it just 106 is all that was here? Maybe. Must have been. 'Cause I still have... Yeah, that wasn't full cargo. That was just what they had. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Water purifiers. Well, from here. I think we already got that from there. Okay. What else do we need here? Building fabricators. Yeah, 165. Well, we got 50. I'll fill us up there.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
All right, there we go. We got back at our Panther for the other parts of the builds. Need to swing by Hunter first to finish Hunter Hub.
Release engine.
We gotta go around the gas giant though.
Freight drive charging. 3, 2, 1. Engage. Freight drive charging.
There we go. Now over to Alchinib. Over to Hunter first. There we go. Let's see where we go. There we are, Hunter. On down into Hunter. Alright, let's see where we get down here. There's our pad.
Landing gear deployed.
Here we go. Actually, I have the final microcontroller now. There we go.
Incoming message.
Let me out. There we are. Okay. Then the other ones will be... I'm gonna go to Fincham. Around... This planet, I was building that one, I think, right? No, let's do range. Fincham's over this way.
Freight drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright, and then this will be a surface bio settlement that we'll be doing. Bio research settlement, I think is what they're called. That all completed for ourselves. Or actually, let's pop onto our. We might as well pop onto our back in our clipper. Getting most of our stuff again from the large pad station. Alright, get back in our big old Panther Clipper.
Access granted. Please proceed to your landing pad, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing successful. Clear to disembark. Welcome to a carrier, Commander.
Alright, into the Panther Clipper. Right there, Zorgons down there. As I'll fill the rest of this up at the station while we're next to it as well. Yes, steel we should probably be needing.
Ship has released. Restrict speed until clear of that carrier.
Freight ship drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Zurgon Peterson, Bravo, Oscar Bravo. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is most pleased to have you visit, Commander. Access is now granted. Please proceed to Bay 2-4.
Alright, so it's like a bunch of steel probably still needed, I imagine. We'll pick up steel. Take a look once we get docked here. Where's our pad? It's down there. Pad 2-4. It's gonna be close.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, and then steel. Let's see here. We'll need, yeah, we definitely need a lot of steel.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And now we want to go back over to Fincham.
Disengaged from the dock. Please observe speed restrictions upon exiting.
Freight ship drive charging.
Station.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
All right. Looks the 5 is kind of the opposite side of the system, though. Kind of the weird bit. quick here. Andy Quinn has been tracking me apparently in an elite crusader, huh?
Orbital flight engaged.
Down, down we go. Okay. Gliding on down. Alright, let's get docked at this bad boy here. I'll deliver our stuff. Right here at the North Pole. Oop, okay, we're getting a little close to the ground here.
Taking damage.
Oopsie doopsie, okay.
Gear deployed.
Alrighty, there we are.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Those all delivered. Another run for steel then. Whoa.
Engines engaged.
Where's 90? There it is. Okay. Back over to Wings of Pegasus. Let's see where that is.
Frameshift drive charging.
Gonna get away from the planet first anyways, though.
3, 2, 1.
Andy Quinn hunting us down again, it seems. Probably won't catch us again, though. Alrighty, that's it. Looks like it's on our close side, I think. Nope, here's that the far side. That's the far side. Up right on in here.
Zorgon Peterson, Bravo, Oscar Bravo. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is most pleased to have you visit, Commander. Your docking request has been approved. Please head directly to Docking Bay 32. Please maintain current vector, Commander.
Right, in we go.
Landing gear deployed. Hull integrity compromised.
Alright, we'll need a steel.
Docking complete. Lockdown procedure initiated.
Steel, I believe.
Welcome to the facility, Commander.
Our steel, and we still need 1946, so we full load.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And head right back over there.
Landing gear retracted.
You have been disengaged from the dock. Please observe speed restrictions upon exiting.
Range drive target. 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Doo-doo-doo. Okay, slow it on down. Hopefully we slow down in time there. Little loop going. Huh? Oh, what do you mean have to? Well, we don't want to push Briasatsa. We want to do the opposite of that. Oh, I don't think they've been focusing on it, honestly. They often aren't even showing up in the boards. But perhaps they're gonna work it now. I don't know. It's up to them, though. I mean, I've told them we'll hand it over to them. They just need to do the work. So. I mean, you know, basically, it's like it's up to them. We aren't going to undermine ourselves to help them, but they need to be able to take it themselves. We just won't oppose them.
Orbital flight engaged.
Lead on Raven, like Colonial. There it is. Save it. There we go. Okay.
Docking request granted.
Get docked down on there somewhere.
Landing gear deployed.
All right.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
You don't want to look all around. Why that was on. All right, steel. We got 642, so we'll pick up more of that.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear recharged. Freight ship drive charged. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Which direction is it? It's over this way. Perfect. Just aim right at it as we leave the gravitational well of that other planet. Seven-second mark. The one that was weird earlier today, though, Desi, was like I went to drop. I had like a 1,400,000 some thousand bounty, because there was a type 10 pirate that interdicted me here in Alchanib yesterday, and I went to go turn that in the system that we were retreating from, and for some reason, the administrative contact was considering it a trade dividend, even though it was very certainly a bounty. So I don't know what that was about. So I don't know if that'll even count now or whatever. I don't know. That's a weird one. Speaking of BGS stuff. Drifting a little bit down low.
2,000 meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
Set down right in there. Okay.
Landing safely completed. Please shut down all systems. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau welcomes you to this facility, Commander.
642 steel now. Then titanium, I think we will still need. Oh wait, no, aluminium, definitely need. 162.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Let me real quick. I'm gonna grab another drink real quick. Be right back in one moment.
Oh.
Are you wanted?
You happy now?
No, not really. I kind of was hoping I could kill you. What about you? Are you a horrible criminal?
No, she's dead.
Finally! Yeah! Die! Thank you. Okay. Now we can leave.
Leaving pressurized environment.
Are you a wanted criminal? Huh?
That kills better than you.
Two of them. I knew we'd have some criminals by the end.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
Hi.
Ah,
Hi.
the delicious-
Package. Here, package for you. Yeah. Take the package quick. I'm horribly wanted here. So, yeah, we gotta get going. Oops. I forgot to put the shield up before doing that. I'm sorry. I meant to put the All right. Get on back over there to Fincham. Oh, my microphone. There we go. That should be back in position.
Uncoupling sequence complete. Be careful to observe restrictions when leaving the station.
Oh, dang it. I should have just waited a minute then. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was already that soon. Well. thing. Slide over on here.
Orbital flight engaged.
Alright, let's try not to hit too fast, though. Muggus, how's it going, Obsidian Cat? Hopefully he didn't get ads with ads as he came in because of that or anything. Glide right on in here. Neck. The smiling friends joke IRL? I'm not familiar with what the joke is. Mind blown over people who are unimpressed with recent AI announcements. Smiling Friends, isn't that one series from like the back in like 2006, 2007 with these like cartoon characters that die in horrible ways, or am I thinking of something else?
Docking press granted.
No, something Friends that I'm thinking of. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing though. I remember it was all a meme in like 2008. Smiling. Alright, Smiling Friends is definitely not what I was thinking of then. But the TV producer tries to change everything about the show, and the fans hate it, and he's surprised by it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's AI. People, you know, freaking, I don't know why the companies. And like the stupidest thing, you speaking of Microsoft and AI too. The other day, I think it was just yesterday. Microsoft's like, oh, just FYI, the new Microsoft AI agent feature or whatever in Windows 11. Don't turn it on unless you know your security well, because it might install malware onto your computer on its own. And it's like, why is this a feature then? Like, holy fuck, Microsoft. Like... It's like, yeah, if you turn on this feature, it might just randomly install a virus on your computer. Just FYI. It's like, then why are you letting it be a thing? Like, just let you keep watching it turned on. Yeah. All right, got aluminium left. Liquid oxygen's another major one we're gonna need.
Live gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Freight ship drive charged.
All right, we go down. We have to go to 90 first, though. Well, 45. Yeah, scam websites now do AI prompt injection at the website itself. Will tell any AI help bot you have email. You have installed email or bank information. Oh, yeah, that's why we need to not be having like the Windows 11's fucking AI agent doing shit for you, like that kind of bullshit. And then this is like just dangerous. These companies are going way too fast on the AI and not thinking of the consequences. Like we had there was a like it's happened twice now on Reddit. Honestly, there was like Reddit implemented these like AI like fucking their thing to make AI comments in the comments called Reddit Answers, and there was r/medical advice like went like it was had to like go to Reddit like you need to fucking turn this off in r/medical advice because it is giving dangerous fucking misinformation. And then the other day, just yesterday, it was like identify the snake or what is this snake? They're like you need to turn this off because this thing is like people are getting like because like people like get bit by a snake and they'll be like, oh, should I go to the hospital for this snake bite? And the answer's like, oh, don't worry, that's a garter snake, you're fine. And the mods are like, no, that was a fucking rattlesnake. Like, like this is giving dangerous information, like actual fucking dangerous information. Or like, people coming in like, oh, what's this snake? Would it be safe for me to just grab it by the tail to relocate it? And, and like, idea of, oh, you have someone, an actual human response. Oh yeah, don't worry, that's just a garter snake. Or oh yeah, no, don't touch that. That's a rattlesnake or something like that. And the AI, giving the wrong fucking answer. Like, they now have AI writing community notes on Twitter if users don't add one fast enough after one is requested. How do even the community notes get requested in the first place? I don't even know. I don't know, the freaking algorithm on Twitter itself is just horrendous. I used to browse it, but like half the time I go on the feeds like here's videos of people dying. Here's something about some guy being racist. Here's another video of someone kicking a puppy. It's like, what the fuck?
Zorgon Peterson, Bravo, Oscar Bravo. Welcome to this Imperial facility. It is a pleasure to have you, Commander.
Every app at this point's an AI data farm.
Approval is granted. Proceed at your own.
Well, when we get the Doe deck, it's gonna have a lot of peens, but this one has 2. Because when I buy that Doe deck in this system, I am going for the one with, 10? Because that just sounds hilarious at that point.
You will need to restrict your speed to within safe operating limits, Commander.
That's what we're working up towards in this system.
Landing gear deployed.
There's our Raven Colonial plan. We're we're building some stuff so you can get the other port in there that'll have refinery plus high tech, and then this system should sell everything needed for colonization, I believe. Unless, I don't know. I don't know if you, Desi, you've done a lot more colonization. If you want to take a look at that, see if there would be anything that'd be missing from that. Is military needed for anything? I can't recall. I mean, I guess if military is needed for something, we can always stick something at, what is it, 86 Pegasi. So I can't remember the battle weapons needed military. I guess those aren't that big of a deal, though. Let's see, what did we need here again? We need, 12, really? 12, 14? Aluminium 1214. I think whoever makes Elite would make a lot of money making a city builder type game in the Elite sort of universe or whatever. Frontier, and they do make building sims, which is why I'm honestly kind of surprised they didn't go a little more in depth on this. But no, the people that make Elite, they also make Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster. Like they have experience in making that kind of game. Like, that's actually their bread and butter, is that kind of game. I mean, it kind of works. They still do it. I just kind of wish it could have been a little more custom on the surface, but, you know. 1214. Do something like that. What was it? Eve did something weird once where they tied two games together because they had like Eve Online came out with some sort of like first person shooter, and they're like, oh, we can. They kind of tied their version of the background simulation like to the missions you did in the first person shooter. Like, I don't remember how it all worked, but it was something like that. Do that with like, yeah, lead in the city builder. Be like, okay, we got an Earth-like world here. You can go and be like, okay, I want to manage this city on this Earth-like world. You know, if it's your own colony or something, or you can maybe you know, have it like where you can manage the city inside of like a, you know, a starport or something, and then that can like you how well you manage it, you can get a little bit of extra perks out of it or something, you know. But make it, it's not you know, nothing too crazy or whatever. Or you can get you know, special cosmetics or something, you know. Something where it's not required, but it'd be a fun little thing you can do. Or you can do like a risk reward thing too. It's like, okay, well, if you don't sign this station or this whatever planet or whatever to this game, you get roughly average stats out of it. But if you want to do it, if you run your city really well, you might get better stats. But if you're kind of a shit city runner, you'll get worse stats. You know, kind of thing. That could be good. Vanguard, yeah, something. Now we have Elite Vanguards too. Was it literally a Vanguard? That'd be so funny. No, because it's like Vanguard was something we have in Elite too. Was it? I thought it was called Dust something. It was like Dust something, some numbers or something. Oh. Oh, wait, so Elite had Vanguard before Eve, and now Eve's like, we want to get on Vanguard. Is it... Imagine it's also... For Eve, it's also overhauling the squad system. That'd be so funny. Dust 514, yeah. I was gonna say Dust 512 megabytes as a joke, but I guess I was close. Alright, we need some liquid oxygen as well. 90 liquid oxygen.
Hold at maximum capacity.
All right, back over to Fincham. So yeah, that's what I switched it up a bit. Our system there. I don't know if you see the Raven Colonial link there, Desi. But yeah, I think if we just get the Dodeck over in Alpha Bravo 5C. Let me get into out of here, and then we can look at the system map. So I think, yeah, what we're gonna do We got a complete Finchams here, which unlocks the ability to place the bio installation, which I'll need to put there to give a little boost to the high tech. And then we got the surface one there we'll need to build, which is a research one as well to give a little more high tech. And then putting the dodeck there. Yeah, if you can see what commodities maybe would be missing, because I know we got the refinery and whatever there. Refinery and industrial mainly there, plus a little agricultural. We'll have a little agricultural and refinery and high tech here. The one I just don't remember was there stuff that was needed to be military. That's my one. And we're going to get a little bit of tourism as well, I think, as well from over here, because I'm going to put a tourist thing there for shits and giggles. I don't know if that is anything. I think the main stuff definitely, though, we'll still have, obviously. And if there's some other things like military tourism, we do have a few other systems around we could put that into. If they can't fit it in here. But yeah, we got the Raven Colonial link up there is what I have planned. I think everyone can see that, right? Like if you, that's not like locked to me or something dumb. I think it's public vision. And then to get the dodeck, I know I had to place some. I was gonna place a mining thing there, and put a tourist installation there. Hopefully, viewing the rings, and then I think at that point I'd have enough points to place the dodeck. I think that's what it was. I have them ordered in there as well. We need refinery, space, and surface. We got that. That's what we got. Brinkman Expedition and because yeah, we got Wings of Pegasus, orbital refinery. We got Brinkman Expedition down. Will be our surface refinery. Industrial surface as well. Brinkman should have industrial. So I think that's the Muon Imagers. Is the industrial surface. Oh, he's supposed to be. What the? Why is it military? That doesn't make sense. Raven Colonial says it would have been industrial. What the hell? Oh, that's that. Is that just saying the market links though? See, that's kind of that's real. Their in-game UI is so weird with this shit. Because okay, so it has industrial. It's just these are the links. I wish it were just so. Here's your whole economy. Well, that still doesn't say industrial. What the hell? Makes no sense. Because it should have industrial, right? Hold on. Let's try to check agricultural refinery. Wait, oh, this is a Rocky World. Should get the refinery, right? And then I thought. Wait a second. I thought Brinkman itself was an industrial facility. Do I need to rebuild that? Maybe. Come on. I'm clicking on it. What? Yeah, that should have been an industrial. I thought I built it as specifically an industrial type. Hell. Decima's a refinery type. Is it? Decima planetary port. Let me, when I get to Finchins, let me look and see what Decima was. I mean, if push come to shove, I could demolish that and rebuild it, I guess. Okay, so Decima's a civilian one. Okay. That's interesting then. Okay. So we want to somehow get industrial surface then, is what you're saying. And industrial orbital. Question though is, if I destroy Brinkman and rebuild it as an industrial surface, would that limit the refinery commodities that it makes? That's my concern there.
Orbital flight engaged.
Nope, that's too fast. What was Decima? Was Decima a tier 2 one though? Or not Decima, the what I thought we had. I totally entered it wrong then. Yeah, because if we made that an industrial point, Raven Colonial says that'd be refinery 140% industrial. Would that drop how much refinery goods are being made here then? Or I guess I could potentially also just make a third one. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I thought I built that right. What is P? What is P? Yeah, seal it with some speed tape there. Huh. Probably have to go up apparently a little bit first. So yeah, that means we don't get a surface refinery though. Okay. That's the issue. Okay. So we don't want to do that because then we won't have a surface refinery. So right now we don't have an industrial surface or an industrial orbital. Interesting. And then the other one, we're doing a scientific surface to get the high tech on there, so we can't do anything with that. So we just have to build a third Coriolis for the industrial then. Refinery, space, and surface. Industrial surface. Industrial surface is just the emergency power cells. High-tech surface for the Muon. Where am I getting high-tech from already then? Because Brinkman has Muon imagers. High-tech come out from the black hole maybe a little bit. Or some other thing. I don't remember. I know we have Muon imagers at Brinkman. Yeah, we might be able to just put up a third Coriolis, and I imagine somewhere we could, these are all rocky. I think they're all rocky. So we'd have to be a special industrial. If we wanted it to be one system, that is. So because I like how it's a short name. That makes it easier for people that are building around here to remember too. Oh, Algenib, that's where you can get everything. 86 Pegasi is also kind of a short name. Problem is, it's just stars. But if we need military, I'm sure we could get enough points here to get a military Coriolis up. Around that big boy. Single weak link. Yeah, I think it's because I think it's from the weak link from the outpost around the black hole. I think black holes gave high tech slightly. So we're gonna put a tourism here. But I will have some surface slots left. So I could probably... Well, I guess I don't necessarily have to have the tourism on that body. Unless it could have a good view, though. I'll have to look. But I could also just industrial here. Bomb bomb. Outpost was it, actually? I should probably make sure I have that correct. Because I obviously was wrong with the... fucking Brinkman. Oh crap, I can't use that way because it's not, we don't fucking own it. Annoying. I think it was just a civilian. I don't remember what type it was exactly. Getting agriculture, high-tech, military. On it. Well, those are links, though. Yeah, I think it's just commercial. I think I did commercial. It's not scientific. I know it's not, because the scientific has the big orb, and it doesn't have that. So that's what it is. Oh, wait, hold on. What is, does high metal give industrial? Or is that extraction? That's what I thought. Okay, extraction. Dang it. Alright, yeah. Is there anything that extraction gives that we should make a station for? So I know once we put in the dough deck, the Corioluses are going to cost more as well again. But as long as we have, so I think if we do like on one of these that has a surface and a thing, it should be good. Need to do the special, whatever the industrial type is specifically. Let's take a look here. Nope, nope, not you. Like a Hephaestus or one of these ones. Okay. I had it down wrong, is what I had. Okay. I know the one we are going to build is Providentia. I do specifically remember whenever I put the scientific, I do the Providentia. I think it looks so cool. Right. Because yeah, if we change Brinkman to a surface refinery one or a surface commercial or yeah, surface industrial, we wouldn't have refinery anymore, and then so that would just we'd get refinery on the orbital from the planet type, but it wouldn't get it on the actual surface. So we'd lose out on CMM composites and ceramic composites. Sure, a little more than the surface industrial just gives muon imagers. Is that right? Which we already have at Brinkman, to be fair. So I don't even know if we need a surface industrial. Because it has a weak link with industrial, so it is still making a little bit of muon imagers, and those generally aren't a big quantity even when they're needed. Oh, that must be the high-tech one. Okay, it also has a high-tech link.
Hull integrity compromised. Docking success.
What was the surface industrial? So much freaking going into colonization. I can remember all this. Power cell. Okay. Yeah, those usually have a decentish quantity when they're needed. Although, wait, well, no, this is... I'm being dumb. This is also surface high-tech, so we'd also get muon images of this thing. Once it's done, I imagine. I don't know, I updated the link at least with what it is, and then, see what would be the best option for getting that then. Yep, see you around next time.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Ring gas giant itself will give industrial. Oh, okay. Why do I keep hitting that? Yeah, problem is we don't get an industrial surface from that though, because that you'd have to. I guess I could put a Coriolis in there, but who knows? They would just do probably, because we still need to surface either way, so I might as well just be like bam bam, one planet. Oh, I still... the heck? I'm not in the... I went into the general games apparently at some point. Why is that still on the wrong Luma wipe? Do that. Hold on.
Zorgon Peterson Bravo, Oscar Bravo. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is honored by your presence, Commander.
Oh, I guess that's the right one. I thought it was the wrong one. Whee! Okay. Twitter notes or the... I see, I never even tried Threads. It's the Facebook thing, right?
Access is now granted. Please proceed to Bay 32. Please be aware of heavy traffic in this area.
Technically compromised.
Warning, Commander, your landing gear is not deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown confirmed. You may alight when ready. Welcome to the facility, Commander.
Let's see what we need left here. 949 liquid oxygen. Copper, 104. Should be here. Fruit and vegetables. We have here really 79? Seems a lot for the fruit and vegetables. That one's usually like 13. Semiconductor 61. Semis 61. Pipe. And superconductors was 60. The heck? There's a player in the instance? Oh, it's Desi. Okay. I was like, what the heck? Alright, and then let's see, basic medicines I think I can get here too. Maybe. No? Guess no, maybe so. Thought I saw them in there. Maybe not. Surface stabilizers, I need 239 of those, so I got 51 here.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright, now back over to Fincham. I cannot remember today, apparently, which button is the one for Galaxy Map and System Map. I just keep doing that.
Your ship is released. Be careful to observe restrictions when leaving the station.
Taking damage.
Please note we do not tolerate reckless cameras flying within this facility, Commander.
Oh, I took them all the way down to 30. Was that 9? 39 Hulch. Perfectly legally, mind you. I stayed under the speed limit. I should have bumped him a few more times and blew him up just under the speed limit. That way it's be a perfectly legal murder. Loitering. It's punishable by death. They said they were going to work to finish it this weekend, so you should be good. If you finish off that last 50% of theirs, they should be on within 24 hours to grab it. Or just leave it with a little bit there at the end or something. And then just let them know that, you know, that could also work. But yeah, I think they're going to be on, they'd probably be on within 24 hours. If not, they'd be able to pop on just to lay a claim, I'd imagine, at least. But if you want, I guess the other thing they imagine too, if you just, you can load stuff like, you want to help with the Fedman's chain too, what could also work, because he's been hauling from Algidib, and he said it could be helpful to do the squadron carrier, just like loading steel or like CMM composite or whatever the stuff that would be needed for another 2 stations worth onto the squadron carrier. That could work real well. If you want to, you can jump that down here to Algidib and load it. Yeah, no, yeah, I saw that too. No way, that guy's like 2 hops from there. Because yeah, I was like, yeah. Suppose that other one was this one down here, I think. Because yeah, I looked at that too. I was like, can we race that? Like even then, I was like, yeah, even if we went from one of the ones we've already completed, like he is. Yeah, they're like, oh, he's even closer now. Jeez. He was here earlier today. He was on PIT. Now he's at FOK. So yeah, for sure there. Looks like, yeah, 1, maybe 2 hops before they'd be able to get there. So that one's out, I think. Pretty sure. There's no way. And it's pretty clear they're probably going for that. I guess I'll leave it bookmarked just in case. In case they surprise us like that Simon guy did and then just completely go past it for whatever reason. I guess that is a possibility, because Simon did that. We're like, Simon's chaining for blah, blah, blah. And then they just went right past it, and we're like, huh, okay. Because actually, yeah, the one Fedman's going for, I think, was actually the one you thought they were going for that one. And we're like, oh, darn. And then all of a sudden, they just kind of they just went past it in another direction. So I guess you never know. That's kind of a shame. That's why I was gonna like let Fedman have the Earthlike, and then I was probably gonna change to that other Earthlike too. That I'm gonna have an Earthlike down there. I do have an Earthlike though as Kes, so I don't want to get too greedy. I do have the Kelt, the one next to Kelt 2A that we need to work on in the future too. I have so many systems to work on. It takes so much time. So I want to get our base camp because I have that system out near the Distant Worlds 3 launch point. So I also want to get that at least going with at least like a Coriolis there for us. And I also need to build the Coriolis and Lagoon on Neve. So I want to really just hammer these out as quick as I can. Oh, they actually have 4 hops? Oh, jeez, I went too fast. I mean, I guess we could potentially, but I got an Earthlike, so I already have enough systems on my plate, so I don't know if I would necessarily want to claim it myself unless someone else wanted it, and then would had the devotion to really, really fast hammer it. Because there's still, 2 extra hops compared to them. What if there's any of those groups out there though that would be able to, you could put in like a rush chain order with and be, just pay for it. Be like, we need 6 chains in the next 24 hours. Go, you know. Kind of the problem with that though now is whoever was doing it would have to be in your squadron, otherwise you'd be locked out for 24 hours because of the thing. That's kind of the problem with that now. The FDev solution is like, well, if you want someone in another squadron to help you, you kind of can't. I think the Dukes of Makun even had to adjust that because they were using a lot of people from other squadrons themselves, and now they're like, well, shit, now we can't do that. That's, yeah, my deep space outpost too, because I know that one I have in Lagoon, I started as an outpost, so I had to build 2 satellites, and then I had to build Choreo, so it's like, in hindsight, because I kind of claimed it before I had the plan of like, well, I should make a universal cartographic stock. I kind of claimed it first, and it was like, oh, we'll go claim this other system. And I was like, yeah, we don't need to do 2 systems, we'll just do this one. So that was kind of my fault there, but like, future deep space outputs, I do like that. I should probably just start with the Coriolis. Because then all you have to do is put a satellite and you get universal cartographics there. That's probably what I should do with my one out in Bernard's. In 5 minutes, we're going to be a lot longer than expected. Entire satellite. Yeah, we're probably only going to be about 15 minutes longer anyways, so no worries. Our hard cutoffs at the top of the next hour, so.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Yeah, the ones on today and tomorrow are 3 hours. 3 hours hard cut, basically. I'll try. I start a little early if I can. Basically that, but roughly 3 hours. Kind of like I started slightly early today. And then the one the day after, whatever it is for your time zone. The variety one, probably Cyberpunk again. I'll probably do more Cyberpunk on the variety slot this one, and then yeah. No worries about missing. You know, that's what VODs are for, and lurkin's always appreciated as well. So it's no worries at all. Already transferred. Okay, perfect.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Oh, and I don't know if you saw this earlier here, Kira, too. This is kind of a little fun one. We're actually at the North Pole of a planet. Is where I'm building this. So the North Pole actually is right there, basically, right under us, basically. So you see the compass there. I'll get full screen so you can kind of see it a little better. So you see we're aiming at 0. That means we're aiming north. 0 is north. So we fly forward a little bit. And now we're aiming 180. We're aiming at south. Because we just flew over the North Pole. Because I like to do that. I like to build some of my stuff at the North Pole. Because I always like the compass, the silliness of the compass at the North Pole. So then, like, the other thing we can do that's kind of fun, we can be like, okay, we're gonna fly at 90. You know, we're gonna fly. We're flying west. I can't even keep up flying west. I'm too close. Yeah, this is how you fly west at the North Pole. Just flying west. Gonna continue flying west. As best we can. I think 90 was either west or east. You get the point, though. But yeah, so let's get on foot here. We'll get on foot here, and we'll see if we can find the exact location. So this is built too. When I lay these construction sites, I can kind of, there's like a hologram for what the final base will look like. I have like the right in the middle of the whole base is right where the North Pole is going to be. There we go. Let's get on foot. If I can land. This thing is not good for landing on surfaces. It is such a big ship.
Taking damage.
Wow. Okay. Land. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's like, kind of like the funniness of this. So yeah, and then our HUD will pop up here. Pop out of there real quick. Once that pops up, so we got a compass there as well. It's a little smaller, but we're aiming at 0, so we're gonna keep going north. We'll go north as far as we can. You see my coordinate printout too is like 89 point something, whereas 90 on the latitude is the North Pole. We parked as close as we could, sorry. It's a big boy. Hey, Rinsler, how's it going? It definitely gives a sense of scale. Like this, like when we were in the ship, right? This seemed like a tiny little base, but now you look at it, I mean, it's big old warehouses. Yeah, you gotta get the hyperfixation time. Yeah, and used to your gladiator. Scanning more trees. That's what you got to do. You just got to go to the tree sites in a gladiator and just shoot the people for practice. That's how you do it, right? Just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'd be like, "You're supposed to be scanning life forms, Commander." Like, what? When do you mean this Manticore Executioner isn't a scanner? I thought those were the scanning pellets I shot at you. There's the North Pole. Okay. So right now the construction sort. The North Pole is that rock right there. That's the North Pole. Right there. Actually, it might be like right to the next side of it. It might be right there actually, but basically, we're at the North Pole, right? Giving consciousness throughout multiple physical forms cannot come soon enough. With all the wonkiness also happen in the South Pole. Yeah, just in reverse, basically. Instead of how like aiming at 0 and then you walk past 0, it becomes 180. For the South, it is instead you would be walking at 180, and then when you walked past it, it'd go back to 0. Or it might actually go back to, yeah. Like 180, it would be heading towards the South Pole. So once you walk over the South Pole 180, it'll flip to whatever the opposite would be there. Which would generally, any point from the South Pole is going to be north, walking right past it. So it'll always flip to 0. It'd be basically the opposite. And then instead of latitude being 90, I think it's negative 90. When it shows up, because 0 is the equator. Because yeah, as you see, as we actually let me go back over there real quick, because you see at my coordinates too, I'm like negative 6 or something right now. And it says 90 because it's I'm just so close. It's just rounding up to 90 at this point. But we got 0, and you'll see we pop over. Now we're at 177, right? And where's 90? 90's there. So if we walk, just keep walking at 90. See those kind of just keep moving there to around the different longitudes, because we're walking to all the different longitudes basically as we go around. Every time zone in a matter of seconds, you know, basically. Like here, you know, we're at 32 longitude, but when you pop over there, we're already moving to 75. Because that's where they all originate from the North Pole. Did I do my model myself? Yes, I did do my model myself and mix with Vroid Studio and then taking it into Unity and other editions. All right, back to the ship. I don't know if we'll even have time for a run, honestly. I'll just get in the ship, I guess. Yeah. It's a little bit of a learning process, but with Vroid, it's not too terrible, and I do have a tutorial out there as well on my YouTube. You already know my YouTube. For HANA Tool, what versions you'll need and what not to get HANA Tool installed onto a Vroid. With the and I recently re-uploaded with an update too because of the recent Unity security vulnerability that was found. So there's the new version numbers. Yeah, it should be if you just on my YouTube channel search the HANA. Let me find it real quick here. Should pop up. Honestly, it's the top video on my channel, actually. Well, actually, oh, sorry. Actually, no, it's not anymore because of the update. They took the other one hidden because of it. Search. Wait, how do I search? There it is. Oh, I guess okay. I left the other one up as well, just because SEO, just with a description note. That's what I put that out there for people because there was a whole bunch of different like tutorials on how to do HANA Tool, but it was like, here's how you like. It was just like this bit and this bit and this like. So I put them all together into one kind of thing. So yeah, there's like one tutorial. This is how you export your model for how to do HANA Tool. Then now you take it to Unity, you install a HANA Tool. It's like, okay, so then I had to go find another one. And then they're like, okay, this is how you import it all. And then you just do whatever else you need to do. It's like, okay, well, what else do I need to do? And then some other one, here's how you adjust your blend shape. Like, okay, so I was like, okay, this needs to be one freaking video. Somebody needs to make this one video. Not bad. The HANA Tool one's actually it's really quick. Like when I was because there's another elite streamer, Commander Totally Not a Demon. He made a model for himself in Vroid, and then I was like, well, I can sell HANA Tool for you, and I took his model and I threw it in there, and it took me all of like after I'd there's some texture fixing yet I had to do. That's I kind of go into. I should do a little video on that. There's some textures you might have to play with. To prevent some clipping and stuff, but other than that, it's not bad. And if honestly, it's the same texture pretty much for models. Like, so if you hit me on Discord too, I can help you with which textures those are. I need to probably put those into a tutorial at some point as well, honestly. But there's one. It's the skin outline. It's like skin outline or whatever in there. It has weird names in Unity, but it's basically what controls where the outline is drawn on the model. And because it changes how the mouth moves with HANA Tool, you need to make it the exclusion zone a little bigger, where it's like, okay, don't draw the outline in quite this many areas. Oh, ads. Well, I know you're going to be stuck in ads. Let me back to the station. I thought I did the stream early enough that those weren't going to frickin'.
Freight drive charging. 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, good thing there's also the YouTube side. There you go. That's just kind of one of the nice things of multi. If you're counting ads on the Twitch and you really need to hear me, you got the YouTube. Yeah, so this is the Shadow one, and then some of the newer versions of Viroid, when they export the tongue texture, the mouth inside texture, you got to trim it a little bit with some transparency so the tongue isn't clipping through in weird areas. Yeah, through the teeth. That's the only thing I noticed, because it changes slightly how the tongue moves. Problem solved. Yeah. So those are the two textures, the only ones I really had to modify, and then you just mess around with your blood shape strengths, and that's so really not that bad. I mean, the main complicated thing is just having the right versions, and then it's just a lot of clicking buttons in the correct order for how to tool install. That one's not too crazy if you're pulling it straight out of Vroid Studio. And there's some other stuff you can do. Because Vroid Studio doesn't let you change the outline color, but you can do that in Unity as well. So I do that. I make the outline purple instead of the weird muddy brown that Vroid Studio exports it as default. So just stuff like that. I guess we'll dock here. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I basically had no modeling experience before VTubing, and I managed. I just learned iterative steps, you know. My original model was, a little more basic. Let's see if I can I still actually have it. Hold on. Where's my models? Models. My oldest one. No, that's not what I want. This one? Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, this was my original model. A little bit more basic, no Hana tool. The eyebrows are even kind of weird. There. Even the eye blend, this just looks so weird now. Looks so weird to me now. Okay, I can't watch that anymore. That's rough. It's still good and smooth though, so yeah. See that one? Yeah, it's even like the eyebrows were like smoother in the new one. But yeah, there's like no like I'm moving my mouth left and right, there's nothing. It's just so weird going back to and as you've probably seen too, I also have the Tornadic model. There's much more stuff. A Tornadic model, I got the main model. And the holiday model. They got a few different models there. But I didn't actually do too terribly much. I did a little bit of texturing in Vroid, and for the Tornadic model I had to do the hair. I did the hair a little bit. Let's put it that way. Like these two are actually mostly hairs that are already in there with some ever so slight alterations. Hairstyles that are in Vroid Studio. This one here, I had to custom make the swirly bits for sure. And do a little bit of the texturing to make the fade of the colors there to the gray. And the yellow bit extent. So I did some modifications to it, but I didn't do the hair from scratch by any means. Mostly just minor modifications to the hair. Mouth moving in like a desync. Yeah, I guess that seems to be moving normal. Just like an ever so slight desync for the mouth when I'm talking. Just to my own personal, but it's like still what the audio picks up matches, I think. I think that still is correct. Alright, let me get here into Wings of Pegasus then. Let's see what we can raid. See you still live and elite. I could just, I mean, I have Desi in the team now. I could just, where the frick is the, there it is. How much performance impact does the model software have on the PC? For me, it depends on what you're doing. I'm a VC face right now. I need to migrate to Bardo, but let me take a look at the. It's usually roughly about 20% GPU. Let me see. Actually, no. What am I saying? 20. Between OBS and VC face, it's like 20, but the VC face itself is like 6% of my RTX 5070. So it's not terrible. A little bit of headroom, and you'll want to usually when you're streaming as well, you'll want to kind of one of the challenges with VTubing too that you won't really face if you're doing camera streams is you need to leave performance headroom for the model. Because if you're running the game, you have the game running as hard as it can, the model will end up being choppy because it's not getting enough power to do it. You just end up dropping lower in your frame rate on both, effectively. So you gotta, like some games, like here, this one on Elite's not that bad because it's so light on the GPU generally. But like in Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate 3, for example, I limit my frame rate to 72, even though I could run faster, but if I run faster, it just goes 100% on the GPU, and then the VC face slows down a bit. And running VC face as admin or Wardo or VNN, whatever software you're running, will alleviate that a little bit because admin processes take priority over non-admin processes. But it still only does so much.
Please shut down all systems. We are glad to have you with us at this station, Command.
All right, let's take a look here and see who we get live. Still here to raid into. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more fine too, because like Cyberpunk 2, like Baldur's Gate 3, I pretty much just had the settings. I just had to switch it down to 72 if I was going to be streaming it. Cyberpunk, I think I have a few other settings lowered specifically just to give enough headroom. Because I'm running right up near 100 when I am doing Cyberpunk, but I had to lower just a few just to make it so it isn't quite like sticking there, if you know what I mean. All right, let's go check out Atelier Lucernois. You pronounce that right? Atelier. Another wonderful Elite Dangerous streamer. They're doing some of the exobiology. Another little game loop you can get in this thing. They're checking out some of the new exobiology that was released the other day in the current community goal system. Yeah, 30 FPS. And yep, they're another wonderful Elite Dangerous streamer, VTuber as well. And thank you everyone for coming on by with all the lurks, follows, all that good stuff. Always much appreciated. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. It lets me click the button. There we go.